So, Hyrule Warriors is a game that I have owned since I think 2018. This game is years in the beating. I have not played it consistently. I would load it up like once a year, beat a couple levels, and then forget I owned it. But it's weird because every time I loaded it up, I had a really good time. I really do like this game. And the reason I'm playing it now is because of the Switch 2. So obviously, a bunch of games, even ones that without updates, do just run naturally better on the Switch 2, just because of better hardware and stuff like that. And I don't think Hyrule specifically got an update, but it runs extremely smooth and looks really good in handheld mode with the new screen. In docked mode as well, it also looks just like crisp 1080p. And it overall is just a really beautiful game. I'm not sure where Zelda fans as a whole stand on this game's aesthetic. To me, it's like maybe one of my favorite Zelda aesthetics. I just really like Link's design and Zelda's design and a lot of the enemies. I just really like in this game. I'm not a huge Zelda fan. The only Zelda game that I have beaten is Breath of Wild. I got like 3/4 of the way through Tears of the Kingdom before I just put it down. I was, had a lot of stuff going on at the time, and I intend to maybe at some point go back and beat it, but it's such a big game. I feel like I'd have to restart it. And I'm definitely not in the mood for that right now. But I'm not the biggest Zelda fan, right? So I've always wanted to get more into the series, but the games are just long. A lot of them aren't really my style. Like I've dabbled in Wind Waker and Minish Cap and stuff like that. But Breath of Wild, I think, is the only one that really stuck with me, and it took me years before I was able to really sit down and give that game a fair shot. But that's just my background when it comes to Zelda, and I think all that is to say that this game is like fan service of the game. It makes me wish we had like a Sonic Warriors or something, a series that I actually really cared about, because I know they do have Fire Emblem and like Persona Strikers and stuff like that, but none of those are really series that I care about. Zelda being the most that I care about, and even then, it's sort of just like a couple games that I've played here and there. Um, so I'm sure if you're a Zelda fan, the fan service here is greatly appreciated and really cool. And even as someone who doesn't know a whole lot about it, seeing characters that I would recognize from Wind Waker or Ocarina of Time and stuff like that, stuff that just as a person on the internet, as like a gamer or whatever for so long, I can still see those characters and be like, oh, that's really cool. And sort of having all these characters come together, even if the story is sort of just little, I mean, yeah, let's be honest, lackluster and really only exists to put these characters in the same environment. I think it is still cool regardless to sort of see them interacting and stuff like that. There is so much content here. And when I say I beat this game, I'm just talking about the Legends mode. I think I've played around 20 hours of it. And I have dabbled in free mode, which is what this gameplay is, and just messing around with random characters, and the other one where you unlock like Toon Link and all that type of stuff with like you like go around the map or whatever. I forget what it's called. But like there is so much. Like I think on time to beat, if you want 100% this game, it can take like 300 hours. Like this, if you want one game to last you, hundreds and hundreds of hours, this is up there. I would almost say this is a must own for Switch owners, and I really do think that. It is just such like I can mindlessly just turn my brain off and mash and have a decent time. That being said, though, I am very stupid, and there was probably about halfway through the game. It probably took me about like halfway through the game before I sort of learned like what I was supposed to be doing exactly. I sort of would just run to the flashing points on the map, smash buttons, and hope I'd win, and that got me through most of the game. But it did take me a little bit before I really got the hang of you know strategizing and putting my characters in good positions and learning the maps and stuff like that. The gameplay you're seeing now is just very much so me messing around with characters that I don't know how to play, and just messing around. But like I remember like Ganondorf, like once you start playing as Ganondorf is when I was like, oh, I think I get what I'm supposed to be doing now. Which I think is definitely just a me thing. I'm very stupid because there's just like there's so much going on in this game, and I played a lot of it in handheld mode. Like I'd pick it up, play level, put it down type deal. And having that like little map in the corner in handheld mode, it's like so hard to see like what the fuck is going on when like there's all these voice lines and sound effects and like a million different waypoints flashing on your screen. So maybe I'm just stupid, but also I do think that this game throws a lot at you, especially if you've never played a Warriors game before, like Dynasty Warriors or one of the many other spin-offs, which I have not. I do want to get into Dynasty Warriors at some point, like the new one that came out earlier this year or late last year, I forget. Looked really cool, but Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get around to that, but I do want to because I did have such a great time with this. I think I'm going to just continue to pick this game up and play it here and there. Characters like Young Link, I think are really cool. I do want to eventually unlock all the characters, but oh my god, looking at that map and looking at how long it would take me to play through that, just I was like, oh, I'll get around to it, you know. So it took me around 7 years to beat the game. Technically, obviously, if I was just playing it straight, I could have beaten it in like a week. But I don't even want to think about how long it would take me to actually beat the full game. So yeah. I think it's a great game. Obviously, if you're a Zelda fan, it's a must-own. But if you're just like a Switch, owner, and you want like a fun hack and slash, sort of just like mind-numbing good time with lots of content, you're not going to run out anytime soon, I think this is a must-own. Obviously, on Switch 2, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it runs really good. It looks so good in handheld mode with the new screen. I really like this game. I think I would probably like it 10 times more if I was like a real Zelda fan, which I'm not. But yeah, it's a good game. I definitely recommend checking it out. I don't know if I'd recommend it if you don't really know anything about these games and it's full price. But if you could find it for like 30 bucks, I think it's a great time. And yeah, again, especially if you're a Zelda fan, it's a great game.